everybody. I hope that you all are doing well. Tonight's video, we are going to be going over the very popular crew on TikTok. And they don't really have a name, but the majority of them reside in Florida, and they are all over my For You page on TikTok. And I'm like, you know what? I'm intrigued. I need to cover this. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you will have the opportunity to check them out on TikTok after this video if you wish. But strap your boots in, baby, because it's gonna get messy. So if you are not already subscribed to my channel, welcome. My name is Rachel. I would love if you subscribed. This is my second YouTube channel. I do have a main channel that will be linked down below in the description box. Check it out if you'd like. But yeah, we are going to be talking about Christen Whitman, Whitney Wren, Rocky. I always think of like the movie Rocky when I hear his name. Who else? Think. KB, Liv, the snake. Kylie, Grant. Trying to think who else. There's so many people, and people just keep getting thrown into the mix. Like, people just keep being added in. Like Taylor Holder. I have a whole rant about that, but we'll get there. Don't you worry. If you're looking for more ASMR content from me, I do have a Patreon where I post exclusive ASMR content that will not be found on YouTube at all. They are totally separate, different videos that I post here. You get to know me better, more about my life, because your girl lived a very similar life with loads of drama, like this friend screwing this friend, and yeah, I think that's why I'm so intrigued by these like kids, because been there, baby, done that, been there and done that. So, but yeah, that link will be down below, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, I was minding my business on TikTok, minding my business, going through my For You page. I keep seeing these people pop up. I'm like, oh, those girls are really pretty. And I recognized Whitney Wren, because Whitney Wren used to date Michelle Lundy. And I followed Michelle Lundy because I thought she was hot. And then I see Whitney. I was like, excuse me, ma'am, she's beautiful. And there was like tea between her and Michelle. After they broke up, Michelle started dating this other girl, Taylor, and Michelle cheated on Taylor with Whitney, and it was like caught on camera, and it was all over the internet. So that was like its own little drama. Well, people didn't really hear about Whitney for a bit, and she kept having like little groups of friends here and there. But then she met the Queen Bee, who is kind of the star of the show. It's giving very much like Hills vibes, but like real life. And like I said, been there, done that. If we would have recorded, if TikTok was around like 8 to 10 years ago, and I would have recorded my late teen years, when I tell you the craziness that went on in our lives, literally like a movie, and I'm not joking. But that's kind of what this is giving. It's giving very like reality TV, and I don't know how they aren't picked up yet by some kind of producer. Somebody needs to get on it. If I had that kind of dope boo-boo, you better believe I'd be like, sign here, okay? Because they are all over everyone's For You page, and even if you don't want to get into the drama, you're like in it, you can't help but like watch, because it's a train wreck. But it's a train wreck that like you can't not look at. That makes sense, People thought Mom Talk was messy, and it was. The Mormons that were swinging, but boo. The tea just keeps going and going and going. because there's so many players in this game. There's so many people into like the scenario in this drama that there's always something going on in one circumstance or another. So, like I said, there's C, Queen Bee, Christen Whitman. Christen Whitman, I believe, was originally from Massachusetts or something like that. And she started dating a guy that she met on TikTok named Konnor. And Konnor had a little bit of clout at this time, like not crazy poppin', but he had some clout. So she kind of got introduced to the TikTok world through Konnor in a way. But better believe she would have blown up on her own if it wasn't. Konnor probably pushed it along a little faster for her. But baby girl doesn't need anyone else's shine. She's a star all on her own. Don't get it twisted. But okay, so Queen Bee, Christen Whitman. She and Whitney started to become friends. I guess they were introduced by mutual friends, and that was it. They started making TikToks together, and because they're both such beautiful girls that look totally different from each other, it kind of just blew up, and people were intrigued by their friendship. People wanted more. So there was drama because at the time, Kristen had a best friend named Liv. Liv and Kristen ended up moving in together and becoming roommates. And Liv had a boyfriend. Well, not a boyfriend, but she was talking to this guy named Rocky. Okay? Here's Kristen, here's Liv, they're best friends. Kristen's dating Konnor. Liv is talking to Rocky, and the four of them are hanging out on a daily basis, spending a lot of time together. You can see old TikToks of them where Rocky and Liv are hanging out, and then like Konnor's in the background taking pictures for Kristen for her Instagram. Konnor and Kristen were official, Liv and Rocky were not. So Kristen and Konnor break up, and it was a very dramatic breakup all over the internet. Supposedly Konnor was cheating on Kristen with like 17-year-old girls. I don't know how true that is, so I don't want to put out false, information, but I'm just telling you what's on the internet and what's been said by parties included in this group. He denies those allegations, but nevertheless, so it was put out there that he cheated, and Kristen was getting messages from girls saying, hey, just to let you know, your man is all up in my DMs. Here's the proof. She had had enough. She was like, yeah, I'm done. So her and Liv get an apartment, move out to Florida. And like I said, this isn't just like a quick scenario. This dragged on a bit. You know what I mean? This dragged on for a bit. So there was a lot of drama. Kristen was dragging Konnor, airing out the business. And at this time, more and more people were being very invested in Kristen and wanted to know every aspect of her life. And this is about 2 years ago, around 2020, when TikTok got poppin', maybe beginning in 2021. So yeah, it was a year ago, last August. So like summer 21, her and Konnor break up, and Liv and Rocky were still talking, but again, they never made it official. They were never official. It was kind of like, hook up when we were bored type of thing, or when we were drinking. So Kristen and Rocky, start to have relations when they're getting drunk together. They start to have relations with one another. Liv and Rocky kind of fall out, and Liv finds out eventually that Kristen and Rocky are hooking up. She moves out of the apartment that her and Kristen got together, and it's this whole thing. Liv is dragging Kristen on social media, on TikTok, airing out all of her dirty laundry, just running her name through the mud. Now at this point, Rocky and Kristen are hooking up on a regular basis and kind of making it a little more public, making TikToks together, so on and so forth. So Rocky was friends with a guy named Jay Sauce, and Jay Sauce and Rocky end up moving in with Kristen. So Kristen moves out of that apartment that her and Liv got together, gets a house. I don't know if she rents it, buys it, whatever. Gets her own place, and her, Rocky, and Jay Sauce move into this house. It's her house, but she's letting them stay there. It's like, get on your feet, I'll help you out type deal. So they move in together, right? And Liv starts dating this other guy named Brandon. And again, her and Kristen going at it, okay? And then there's Konnor that's dragging Kristen through the mud. Liv dragging Kristen through the mud. Taking up together, and they're going after Kristen. The internet is so invested in this, and they're all about Kristen. Everybody kind of was done with Liv. Liv was breaking into Kristen's apartment and trashing it, and it was just messy talk, okay? It was a mess, but you still couldn't stop watching, okay? So at this point, Whitney and Kristen get a lot closer. They're hanging out on a regular basis, partying together, getting dressed up, doing TikToks, and they become the it girls of TikTok and Florida. It's Florida Bama Shore. I don't even watch that. I'm a Jersey Shore girl, so I can't really get into the Florida Bama Shore, but I'm telling you, if these people had a reality show, as they should, I would watch. Okay, popcorn, I'd be in it, but okay. And they're genius, because people are oh, they're doing all this for Clout. This is all kind of made up. Brandon said that on live a couple days ago. Liv's ex-boyfriend now. I didn't get there in the story yet, but we will. He ran them through the dirt the other day on TikTok and was like, yeah, it's all for views, it's all for Clout, it's all pre-planned, it's all fake. If it is, then because they got the whole internet talking and walking and watching, so kudos to them. Okay, but I believe some of it to be true, because there's real tears happening, and you can tell there's real feelings that are getting hurt. So maybe some of it is hyped up for the Clout and put on, but I don't think all of it is, kind of like reality TV. Some of it's put on, some of it they have to redo. So if drama happens while the camera's not rolling, they may have to redo the drama for the camera type deal, I don't know if that's the case here. I'm just letting y'all know the tea. Okay, start to finish. Very quickly. Okay, so we're at the point in the story where Brandon and Liv are dating. They're bashing Kristen. Kristen and Whitney are besties, ruling the roost of the internet. They have their OFs. They're making the dough. They're shopping. They're going out, getting dressed up, doing their TikToks together. They're running things, okay? Kristen is living with Rocky and Jay Sauce, and they're best friends. And Whitney kind of stayed single throughout this time. She had her sneaky links, but nobody ever knew who he was. So now we come to this part, recent times. This weekend, time that I'm filming this, they were in Nashville, and Kristen and Rocky are no longer. Rocky has moved out of Kristen's house. Kristen gave him the boot because he would not commit to her. He was still talking to his ex. He has an ex named Hannah that he has portrayed his love for, and kind of said that'll always be his number one, that he'll never give his heart to a girl because she has it still. And she kind of chimes in here and there, but she tries to stay out, but doesn't. It's very that oh, I want nothing to do with it, but still comment on stuff here and there, so he would kind of throw it in Kristen's face, oh, I still have Hannah, or mention her name in front, if they're on live together, and stick up for Hannah in front of her, just very shady stuff. And then he was being caught talking to other girls, and just very non-committal, very disrespectful. going out and like posting Snapchats of like girls on his lap in very few clothing while he's still living at her house, just public disrespect. So she had had enough. Many tears, many going back and forths, but finally was like, yeah, gotta go. So kicks him out. The girls go to Nashville. During this time, her and Rocky, right before Nashville, her and Rocky are going at it on the internet, kind of, bashing each other, and it got ugly very quick between the two once he moved out. And at this time, Rocky goes to Nashville first, or like Tennessee or something, Texas, one of the two. They've been going on trips like every weekend. So Rocky goes to vacation, kind of like a content house. They rent a house, a bunch of creators. There were a bunch of girl creators, and then there was Konnor Jung. Okay, now Konnor and Rocky used to be friends. They fell out when Rocky and Kristen were hooking up. Lots of bashing each other on the internet, threatening each other, blah blah blah. Konnor threatened to sleep with Hannah, and Rocky told him he would beat him up because if he said that, just a lot of bad blood. Well, Rocky gets kicked out of Kristen's house, and now he's chilling with Konnor. And Konnor and Kristen are very bad blood because there's been so much rift between the two of them on the internet. So now Kristen's pissed. And not only was he with Konnor, but he was with another kid that Kristen somehow hooked up with in between all this time, named KB. So all three guys that Kristen's ever been with are in a house together, and they're making very shady TikToks. They're using Little Huddy's song, the new one about Charlie that he wrote. Showstopper, hold me up, or that one. All three of the guys are in the video, and it's essentially like they're talking to her. So what does she do? She goes and makes a TikTok with Liv. So her and Liv link back up, and Grant and Kylie that have the baby together, they are a whole nother mess. Express. They're coming into the picture. Kylie went to Nashville with them. Grant was with the boys the week before. So Kristen was like, okay, two can play this game. You boys all want to go and get a content house and go away for the week and be around girls. We can do this too. So she got the girls together, and 6 or 7 girls went to Nashville. And there's more mess in this story, but I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes of the story yet. Okay, the meat and potatoes, or else we'd be here all night and I'm already talking fast. So the girls are in Nashville. Well, what do you know? The boys end up coming to Nashville at the same time that the girls are there. And that's where we're at right now in the story. And so Liv and Kristen are back friends at this point, okay? They're in the same house in Nashville, okay? They're hanging out. They're already there a day or two, going out to the bars, making bestie TikToks again. Everybody's so happy that they're back together, but kind of because Liv was so shady to Kristen and said really mean things about her, broke into her apartment, dragging her through the mud on the internet. So people were a little bit be careful, Kristen, Well, it's been said that Liv was always obsessed with Rocky because he never wifed her. That she always and Rocky said that she would always try to sleep with him, and he was I'm not really into it. I still love my ex. So Rocky and the boys get to Nashville a couple days after the girls, and literally 2 hours after they're there, don't you know, Liv and her little bestie named Jordan and this other girl named Meg are in a TikTok with Rocky and Konnor and the boys. Left Kristen and Whitney and the rest of the girls that were out to dinner to go hang out with the boys. And that same night, Liv and Rocky kissed at the club and were dancing right in front of Kristen. And there's TikToks of the poor girl sitting outside, with her hands and knees in her head, crying. And so you have to see all that. It's regardless if you're supposed to be working on your friendship and making it right, you don't do that. Very snake move, in my opinion. And like I said, if it's all for clout, then clap, clap. But you can't fake tears, and Kristen didn't know people were, like, filming her when she was crying. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. They're kind of just going back and forth at this point, like tit for tat. One trying to make the other mad. And then there's Kylie and Grant that had the baby together, but are very tumultuous, very like fighting all the time, but getting back together. And Grant has been going on all these boys trips, and Kylie has the baby, so she couldn't go. Well, Kristen hits her up, and she's like, "Hey, we're gonna go do this girls' trip in Nashville." She takes the baby to grandma's, goes to Nashville, has the time of her life. Who shows up but Grant? Going to the same bars as her, all of her girls. But as soon as Kylie, like, stands with another boy, guy, whatever, Grant flips out and tries to fight this guy. Ends up getting arrested. Like, a whole mess. Now he's airing out her text messages on TikTok. It's just the mess. She put a TikTok out that she's, like, blocking him on everything. Doesn't want to see anything that he's saying anymore. Now her and Whitney and Kristen are, like, besties. And she was posting things about Liv, saying, like, you're a snake. And, you're a disloyal friend that only looks for validation in guys and doesn't care about friendships. Like, your girl was giving the truth. She was giving us what we wanted. And she seems like a real one. She was like, the thing about me is I'm gonna say how I feel. We love that, boo-boo. We love that. Team Kylie over here. Living, loving. But yeah, that's the tea. Let me know if you guys watch these people, if you've seen them on your For You page. I want to know. I want to know if you're invested in this crazy drama. Should I be? Absolutely not. And, but here we are. So, I will report. Because that's what I do. So the tea is never ending, coming in hot. Kristen and Whitney went to the boys' Airbnb last night, and was there till like the wee morning hours. And Rocky was there, Konnor was there, all the boys were there. And her and Konnor ended up getting into a really bad argument, and Konnor posted it all on Snapchat. He was recording it all. And he was being very disrespectful to her, body shaming, the whole nine. She was clapping back, but he was really the one being super rude. And Rocky was out there talking to her, along with some of the other boys. But yeah, it's the newest, hottest tea. Figured I would update you guys. This is her on live just a few hours ago, talking about the situation and kind of just roasting Konnor. It's a mess, so I'll keep you updated. So, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do, because I'm going to be covering this tea. I will have part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As long as they give us the drama, your girl will report it. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bitch, I am back. When I tell you I had the whole thing shut down, cameras crooked and all, but I had to come back because forget about Taylor Holder. I cannot finish this video without talking about Taylor Holder. So, your girl used to like Taylor. I thought he was super hot, which he still is. He's gorgeous, like, okay, give him that. But a little bit of funny money going on. So he was like popping, like one of the top people on TikTok. And then he was canceled because it came out that there were some allegations. He was sending out cease and desist. But he went on the BFF podcast with Dave Portnoy and was questioned about the situation at hand and was giving nothing. He went on the podcast to talk about it, but told absolutely nothing. Was like, yeah, we're not going to talk about it. Then why are you here? Like, well, everybody that Taylor was chilling with at the time kind of like stopped talking to him, and he kind of like died down. Nobody was really watching his videos. His views went way down, whatever, because he wasn't like addressing what people wanted to know, and it kind of looked a little sus because of it. guarantee you at least one of them has been on your For You page. Taylor is very smart when it comes to marketing. He's seen the clout that these people were getting and inserted himself. Yes, because they need each other. These people are trying to get as much clout as they can, get to the top, because they're kind of like right in that middle ground where they're not like, who should I use as an example? Like, Kellyanne, or I don't know, like Charlie and Addison. Like, they're not that big on TikTok. They're like right under. So like, if there were A-list celebrities and B-list, not saying they're celebrities because they're not, but using that as an example, they would be B-list of TikTok, okay? So Taylor must have reached out to them or whatever, and now he's hanging out with the boys. Do you remember when Taylor was like too good to do the TikTok dances? He's back doing them, baby. Back doing the TikTok dances, because guess what? That gets the views. And there's this kid, Jay, that's part of that group. Fine, he's a cowboy. You know that song, Make These Hoes Turn Up They Nose. He's the one that kind of like blew up him, the cowboys that were doing that. That dance kind of went trending on TikTok, and they kind of blew up with the dance. Him and Taylor have been doing a lot of like dancing together on TikTok. But yeah, Taylor's inserted himself into this group because they're getting clout, and that's what Taylor wants. Taylor wants to be in the now. He wants to be, because he fell from the top, essentially. It's like he's trying to climb his way. It's like, Taylor, chill. Just relax. And he got new veneers, and like, your girl's getting a lot of dental work done, so like, I get it. If you get a new smile, you want to show it off, but like, every single video, he's got this huge smile, and all you see are these bright white teeth. Not hating, good for you, like, congratulations on your new teeth, but it's a little much, it's a little like, but yeah, he never addressed the allegations, and to me, it's a little shiced, so, meh, my opinion on him has changed. It's like, we want truth, just do the right thing. But anyway, he has inserted himself into the situation, and all over the For You page again with these people, and he's getting what he wanted, they're getting what they wanted, because attached to Taylor, even though he was canceled, he's still attached to kind of some of those bigger names, and that's what these guys want. They're so, like, it's giving frat boy first year college, like, I can sleep with so many girls, I'm so cool vibes, like, very ick. Anyway, end of story. Christen Whitman is hanging out with a new guy that she premiered in Nashville. They're dancing in the street together. She looks very happy. He's very handsome. Looks like a boy that loves his mama. A man, not a boy. Boo-boo's got a job, got a place of his own. We're living. So hats off to you, boo. And like I said, I'll be covering the tea. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment down below. Like the video.